Welcome, fellow narcissists! My issue with fan art is that it's often categorized as a copy of an original character in a specific pose and background that exists already, which is fine if you just want to create a quick fan art or if you're practicing drawing. But there is one major downside to creating fan art like this if you are trying to improve your art composition or build a following around your fan art, and that downside is that it's boring. To create a unique fan art like this one that I'm doing of Mary Saotome from Kakegurui, you need to be able to get inside the character's head to figure out what poses would be natural to them, what backgrounds would match their personality, and what colour schemes emphasise the main feeling of the character as a whole. Getting into the head of somebody else's character is an essential analytical skill to master if you want to create an impactful, unique fan art that is remembered by the fan community, and is also a skill that you will find highly transferable when creating your own original characters. And of course, I, your dear leader, am here to break down how to do this, starting with how to research poses for fan art. First, decide on the feeling that you want the character to portray and look for gestures, facial expressions, and poses that emphasizes feeling the best when combined. The feeling could be anything. For example, in this picture I chose cocky but powerful confidence that intimidates you. I use the anime and manga for ideas. Don't do a pose that has been done before, otherwise it isn't unique. You don't have to stick strictly to what you see. You can take something you like and edit it how you want, as long as it would be natural for that character to do that gesture, pose or facial expression. How to background. Draw a background that makes sense when you think about the personality of the character. This can be related to a place that they exist in frequently in the source material. In general, I hint at the whereabouts of my characters, but I am more focused on the feeling I'm trying to portray through the background, rather than the physical place that they are. I always aim for the background to not overpower the character and vice versa, so that they both work together to create the desired feeling of the image. For example, if I drew Mary as a queen in a castle room, sitting on a big throne with a cane, even though this has never happened and a castle room doesn't exist in the source material, it wouldn't be absurd for me to draw because this queen mentality is a natural part of Mary's personality. If you can get the background and pose of the character to match the part of the character's personality that you have chosen to emphasize, then the feeling of the overall piece will be natural when compared to the character in the source material. And this feeling of natural to the character is what separates good fan art from the forgettable. Choose a background theme. Struggling to come up with an idea for the background? Then first, choose a light or dark theme based on the personality of your chosen character. For instance, if you are drawing an evil vampire, then it would make sense to have a dark and oppressive theme as the background. Perhaps a dark graveyard accentuated by colours that emphasise the ominous and dangerous feeling of the character. For this piece, I have chosen a light and airy theme which can be achieved using a neutral colour palette and the inclusion of a strong light source. Background themes don't have to range from one extreme to the other. You can strike a balance anywhere in between to suit your chosen character. How to colour scheme. To help the feeling of natural to the character along, colour scheme is very important. I have explained one way I pick colours in another video. It's called the 60-30-10% rule. I'll put a card in the top of this video in case you want to learn about it in more detail. In this piece, however, I decided to use just two main colours, and this is called the complementary rule. You can think of it like a black and white image, but with two complementary colours like green and red instead of black and white. The focus of the complementary rule is on the different values and shades of the two chosen colours, which gives you very bright and dark variations of green and red. For example, the bright colour lime green to the dark colour olive green, and the bright colour ruby red to the dark colour mahogany brown. For the dominant colour of this piece, I chose a neutral colour palette made up of browns, greens and yellows. The reason I did this was to capture Mary's logical and grounded personality. This colour palette highlights the part of her nature that isn't flashy or impulsive. the secondary colour has to be red because it's the school colour, and red does a good job of drawing attention to the centre of the picture. All in all, the neutral colour of this piece portrays the feeling of tranquility to the viewer, while the red introduces a sense of fiery purpose. My intention behind this colour scheme was to emphasise Mary as a very driven character that is true to herself. Analysing my thought process behind this piece. My idea for this piece was to portray a disconnect between Mary's reality and her ideal reality using Mary and the background. This disconnect makes for good fan art because it piques interest in the viewer as it's unexpected and something new to figure out. The colour scheme and background work together to portray the opposite of Mary's intimidating pose, gestures and facial expression. While she has an outward appearance of smug scorn, the inside of her mind is this calm, thoughtful place, represented by the large windows, neutral tones and light coming in. Beams represent power and judgment and helps emphasise the intimidating feeling of the piece. Large windows represents her open-mindedness and fairness. Flowering plants represents Mary's blossoming hope that she can create her own school utopia. On the other hand, the spider lilies at her feet symbolises Mary's realism, as she understands that this will not come without a cost. Spider lilies are also represented as the school president's flower in the source material, so it could also symbolise Mary's hope that the president will be defeated at her feet. I drew Mary with an intimidating vibe and everything fits this vibe except for the hand closest to us, that is reaching out. This gesture is ambiguous because on one hand you could see it as a power pose, on the other hand you could see it like she's inviting us to join her in creating her utopia. Okay, I think I've exposed my brain enough in this video, it's starting to get cold. If you learned anything or found something interesting, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Also, please consider feeding my ego by smashing that like and subscribe button. Until next time, this is your dear leader, CH Narcissist, signing out.